Minecraft, as one of the most popular games in the world, is bound to have a thriving competitive scene. Is what I would say if Minecraft had a thriving competitive scene, but it doesn't. The closest it ever comes to being competitive is in unofficial tournaments where the people participating are almost exclusively content creators and not Kitten1056 who has played more Minecraft than should be humanly possible. And let me be honest here, most tournaments are and were absolutely terrible. You might notice that I'm not showing any here because I'm not here to stand there, people. Except Keemstar. Minecraft Monday was really the start of the Minecraft tournament craze, and this is demonstrated by how bad it was. From endless glitches to literally being hacked into cancelling, it only really succeeded in terms of viewership because of the people it brought together. Although many of the tournaments that have followed since have not really done any better, one has really brought it to a new high. MCC. MCC, short for Minecraft Championship, started as a not-so-competitive Minecraft tournament developed by Noxcrew. It made any other attempts at making a Minecraft tournament pale in comparison with its unique games, texture pack, and also the unheard action called testing. The tournament, though, has been getting more and more competitive, even with its initial intentions of being a for-fun event, even with the randomness that inherently comes with Minecraft, even with, oh god, 1.9 PvP. But why? Well, that's what the video is about. Read the title. First up is balancing, an essential feature of a tournament for good competitiveness, because having one or two teams dominating the competition is very boring for everyone except those teams. The balancing in this event is brought to you by no other than Scott's Major, who makes teams that balance both potential to win and content. Scott does have an advantage that other event organizers don't: a surplus of data. Since MCC started as a not very competitive tournament and has a clear point system using coins, once Scott really honed in on making teams balanced, which was around MCC 6, he had a bunch of concrete data that would help him in doing so. This allowed him to make MCC more balanced than really any other tournament, since no matter how talented the organizer is, they don't have that data to help them make their decisions. Of course, I'm not saying Scott isn't talented, because if you just gave a bunch of data to another person, I'm sure they would make a statistically balanced team, but they would fail to factor in chemistry and content like Scott does, as demonstrated by the MCC Reddit, which we'll talk about later. This strive for balancing is what even allowed the event to start becoming more competitive, as it made the players themselves strive for improvement, knowing that they have a chance to win if they do so. The competitiveness really started to rocket when training was brought into the equation by none other than Parkour Warrior, which is just a parkour course. Since parkour is one of the most easily trainable skills, it just made sense for people to start training for it. By people I mean Wilbur Sood, and by training I mean recreate the entire course. Eventually everyone started training in recreations of the parkour course, so Noxcrew themselves created a server that contained the latest version of Parkour Warrior, which came to be known as a training server. It evolved over time with the addition of different game modes, such as Ace Freeze, Battle Box, and Hole in the Wall. The training server is what allows the MCC players who want to be competitive to, actually train the unique games, which is pretty essential for competitiveness. The new players added to the event have also increased the competitiveness, as they have been extremely cracked. Only 3 of the 8 widely considered S tiers were added before MCC 6, and even newer players have been getting into the top 10, like Rambo and Anfrost. It's gotten so bad that even Scott has said that he needs to put more people who are bad at the game in MCC. I think. I didn't fact check this one, and I'm not going to because it sounds true enough. Reddit, please back me up on this one, I'm pretty sure it's true, please. Talking about the Reddit, of course it's another reason for MCC's competitiveness. The Reddit is the hub of stats and also team predictions that break every single rule Scott has ever said in his lifetime. They also, for some reason, really just like randomly combining names, such as combining Dream and H-Bomb into the very original name, Dream Bomb. Don't know why they do that, they just do. The Reddit is what caused the focus on stats for both the audience and the players, of course causing an increase in competitiveness through players wanting to improve their stats, or in some cases, trying to prove the Reddit wrong, which happens more often than you would think. So what does this mean? Nothing, really. Just that MCC is more competitive than it was meant to be from the start, and honestly, considering the lack of actual competition in Minecraft, maybe it's for the best. Also, if you enjoyed the video, subscribing would help me out a lot, as it would really help my lowering self-esteem. Thanks! If you did. If you didn't, then no thanks, but hopefully you did.